My name is Destiny Abercrombie, and I currently live in Matteson, Illinois. I'm a recent graduate of North Carolina Central University, where I received my master's in library science, specializing in digital librarianship. This summer, I am a junior fellow working with the Office of Communications to create a visual presentation of mapping the writings of the Founding Fathers' opposition to slavery from the Daniel A.P. Murray pamphlet collection. Daniel Alexander Payne Murray was a pioneering bibliographer, historian, and assistant librarian. He worked for the Library of Congress for 52 years and was the second African American to hold a professional position. Upon his death, librarian Herbert Putnam from the Library of Congress received 1,448 books, pamphlets, 14 broadsides, and one map with the idea that it should form part of the material specially selected by him for exhibit purposes, which today is located in the Rare Books and Special Collections Division. 184 of his pamphlets that were issued between 1850 and 1920 talked about the abolitionist movement and slavery. A reading on slavery from the early presidents was prepared by the Pennsylvania Society to promote the abolition of slavery and the relief of free Blacks who were unlawfully held in bondage. The pamphlet shared a reproduction of letters that was exchanged between former presidents and generals, with the rise of enslaved Black people entering America since the Revolutionary War. It was feared that slavery was such a horrific display of human nature that it may open a new source of serious evil. The founding fathers shown here gave their ideas on a way to abolish slavery, for they see how this practice is slowly shaping from what it once was to something disgraceful and violating the sacred rights of life and liberty. George Washington specifically wanted to abolish slavery by law and wanted to buy land to experiment the emancipation of enslaved Black people, with his successor, former President John Adams, having the same ideals. Thomas Jefferson, while writing the original draft of the Declaration of Independence, had trouble finding the placement of enslaved Black people. Jefferson felt that allowing the way that slavery was turning was destroying the morals of the people, founded in force and not in conscience. His successor, former President James Madison, shared similar sentiments when it came to the writing of the U.S. Constitution in terms of how Black men can be considered property. He felt like there was no advantage to others' distress. Before he became the seventh president, General Andrew Jackson invited the Black people of Louisiana to arms in 1814 for seeing how the United States did not address them as men and soldiers for volunteering their lives against Great Britain. He took it upon himself to make sure that every Black soldier was paid the same bounty in money and land that equal to what the white soldiers were receiving. The soldiers who were non-commissioned and privates were entitled to the same clothes, pay, and rations. Jackson assured them that they would receive applause and gratitude for their countrymen and seen as a distinct independent battalion or regiment. He sent all of this to the governor of Louisiana and the president around this time of their achievements. This really surprised me, for when I was learning about slavery during my early education, we did not learn much about how our founding fathers viewed slavery in terms of if they were for it or against it. I was aware that they had slaves, but this research project opened my eyes to how they really felt during that time and were trying to abolish slavery early on before former President Abraham Lincoln came along with the Emancipation Proclamation. This research project also connected me to the only novel that discusses Murray's life, the original Black elite, Daniel Murray and the Story of a Forgotten Era by Elizabeth Dowling Taylor. In quote by Daniel Murray, the true test of the progress of a people is to be found in their literature. I would like to thank the Library of Congress, the Office of the Librarian, the Office of Communications, IFP, and my project mentor, Deanna McCrae James, for allowing me to bring this project to life.